I'm Brock Page. These are random sports picks for fun. Just so much frickin' fun. Anyway, let's go ahead and give your bookie a wedgie. I'm going to start off with New York +5 at Miami. Totals at 202 flat. Currently, Miami's 2-1. Just 40% leans towards the New York Knicks. Knicks against the spread, just 1-3 last 4, 1-5 last 6, 5-11 when traveling. They have a Miami squad who's been not so good themselves. 5-13 covering at home, 3-11 as the official home favorite. Now, scoring-wise, both teams are hitting overs and unders like they're flipping coins. Both teams 2-2 to the over in their last 4. Little this, little that on the scoring side of things. Going to take a free pass on the total. And although Miami's gone 3-1 ATS in their last 4, they're going up against a New York squad who's winning 75% of their games. That tipped off at the current point spread. So all told, too many contradicting variables are going to have me watching this one as a fan. So all in all, I'm exercising my right to pass and taking no action on this game. All right, next game I have for you, it is going to be Minnesota-Boston. The Boston Celtics opened 5.5, now 3.5. Totals at 205 and a hook. Currently, the Celtics are $1.75 on the money line. Boston's going 3-1 ATS last 4, 13-3 covering against teams over 500. They're going up against a Minnesota squad who's just 2-3 covering last 5, and just 33% covering against teams over 500 themselves. Minnesota games went a perfect 4-0 to the under in their last 4. Boston games are 3-1 to the under last 4 themselves. I wouldn't expect a whole lot of scoring in this one. That said, I really like the Celtics on the number, as they are the best covering team in the league. All told, I'm going to purchase the hook, buy it down, and lean Boston Celtics -3, getting the job done against the number. Next game, Toronto-Milwaukee. Interesting movement on the handle in this one. Toronto opened 1.5, now 1. Total opened 215, now up to 217.5. Currently, the Raptors are $1.20 to win it. And at the moment, Milwaukee's taking just 43% of the current action. So look for them to possibly get that half a point back by the closing number. And speaking of Milwaukee, red hot against the number as of late. 4-0 last 4, 7-3 ATS in their last 10. Milwaukee's also 10-5 against the spread versus teams over 500. Meanwhile, other side, Toronto against the spread, just 2-3 last 5, 0-1 in their head-to-head matchup with the Bucks, 3-1 to the over in their last 4. Meanwhile, on the Milwaukee side, their games went 2-1 to the over in their last 3 themselves. That should explain the upward movement on the already hefty opening number. I do like Milwaukee plus the point in this spot here, though. I am going to buy it up just to be sure. So all told, give me the Milwaukee Bucks +11 as the first pick of my 10-point super teaser. Next game, Chicago +5 at Dallas. Total got bet up to an even 212. Currently, the Mavs are $1.85 on the money line, and at the moment, just 39% lean Chicago. Now, not sure why the Mavs are taking so much money. They're just 3-8 covering against sub-500 teams. They're also covering just 25% of their games. That tipped off at the current number. Meanwhile, on the other side, Chicago's one of the best covering teams in the league. 3-2 ATS last 5, 7-3 last 10, 12-3 last 15. Now, scoring-wise, lots of action in these Chicago games. 4-0 to the over last 4. Dallas games went 3-1 to the over in their last 4 themselves. I like a play on the total in this one here. All told, I'll take the over 212 with the Bulls +15 as the second pick of my super teaser. Next game, Phoenix, San Antonio. The Spurs open 12.5 now, 11. Totals at an even 210. Currently, the Spurs are 8-1 to win this one outright. Look for them to be in a few money line parlays this evening. Spurs are 3-2 ATS last 5. 6-4 ATS last 10. 78% as the official home favorite. 80% at the current point spread. Phoenix has struggled, just 1-3 ATS last 4, 19-21 ATS for the year. Phoenix games are 2-1 to the over last 3. Spurs games are 2-1 to the under last 3 themselves. That in mind, not interested in the total. Spurs should be able to handle things at home here. I'll move them down and take San Antonio -1 as the third pick of my 10-point super teaser. Next game, Utah, Denver. The Denver Nuggets open 7.5, now 6.5. Total open 207.5, now 206 and a hook. Currently, Denver's the $2.75 favorites to win this one outright for some money line cash. Denver's also been real good against the number as of late, going 3-1 ATS in their last 4 games. But if you think Denver's a lock, just keep in mind that the Nuggets against the spread are just 4-6 in their games at the current point spread, 7-9 against sub-500 teams, and just 1-2 in their head-to-head matchups with Utah. That in mind, the Utah Jazz have been pretty bad covering themselves. Just 1-3 in their last 4, 25% away from home, 33% as the official road underdog. Jazz games 2-1 to the under last 3. Denver games 2-1 to the over last 3 themselves. No play on the total here. And as a matter of fact, the trends in this one are all too messy for me. All told, I'm going to take a free pass on this one. But if you think you have a beat on this game, please do share. And drop us all a line in my comment section below. You're so smart, aren't you? All right, next game. Washington at Memphis. Washington open 4, now 4.5. Total open 206.5, now 205.5. Currently, the Wizards are 2-1 to win it. And at the moment, the Grizzlies are taking just 32% of the action. Memphis against the spread, 14 and 24 overall, 6-13 at home, 37% as the official home favorite. They got a Washington team tonight who's covered 2 of their last 3 and 58% on the road. Pleasantries aside, though, the Wizards are just 2-5 ATS as the official road favorite, 5-13 covering against sub-500 teams, and they're a winless 0-7 in their games at the current point spread. Washington's 3-1 to the over, last 4. Memphis has gone 4-0 to the over, their last 4 themselves. I don't like a winner in this one, but I think we can go contrarian and take some over money on this handle. All told, I'm going against the public bettors and taking the over 205.5 in this one. All right, next game. Atlanta at Portland. The Portland Trailblazers opened 8, now 7.5. Total open 208.5, now 207 flat. Currently, the Blazers are 3-1, and at the moment, just 31% of the bettors support the Hawks in this game. Now, despite the current fade on this handle, Atlanta's currently 3-1 ATS in their last 4, 9-4 in their games that tipped off at the current point spread. They got a Portland team who failed to cover 2 of their last 3 and 12 of their last 14 as the official home favorite. Portland's also 3-1 to the over in their last 4, but Atlanta's gone 4-0 to the under in their last 4 themselves. No play on the total here for me, but I do like the Hawks as the 4th and final pick of my teaser. So all told, I'm going to buy it up and take the Atlanta Hawks plus 17.5 as the 4th and final pick of my 10-point super teaser. All right, folks, I'm going to slide in my next and final game for the show. It is going to be Charlotte at the Lakers. Charlotte opened 2, now 2.5. Total open 215, now up to 217. Currently, the Hornets are minus 135 on the money line. And at the moment, they continue to take money on the road. Right now, 53% of the handles leaning toward the Hornets. Now, despite the popular lean, Charlotte has not been setting the world on fire when it comes to the number. Just 2-2 ATS last 4, 5-12 covering on the road, 33% covering as the official road favorite. But they do have themselves a Lakers squad who's been pretty bad against the number themselves. 1-3 last 4, 1-6 last 7, just 36% covering over sub-500 teams. Now, the Lakers, total-wise, have gone 3-1 to the over in their last 4, but Charlotte games went 3-1 to the under in their last 4 themselves. Not liking a play on the total in this one. And when it comes to picking sides, I'm tending to lean toward Charlotte in this one. But that said, it's a late start, plus it's Friday night primetime. Lakers typically make it at least entertaining in these types of games. So all told, I'm going to end today's video with a sensible play, a logical play, a conservative play. I'm going to disagree with the public and the sharps and take no action on this game. All right, folks, that is going to do it for me. This is normally where I say a whole bunch of stuff about not being an expert and like taking my picks. Don't do it. I don't know what I'm doing, but I did finish 2017 at 60%. That's 3 out of 5 games. Not bad for a schlep. Just trying to make money on his AdSense account. But anyway, I'm not an expert. Don't take my picks. If you decide to use any of the free information on this program, you're using it at your own discretion. And most importantly, if you're betting any of these games, do it safe. Do it responsibly. Most important, have fun. Don't lose your shirt because some guy giving out free picks on YouTube said that he thinks they're going to win or lose or cover. It's ridiculous. If you do that, I can't say that you've... regardless. All right, for Brock Page Productions, I'm Brock Page. And have yourself a positive weekend.